Oh boy, it doesn't matter how much you're prepared for. Production problems just happen. They float everywhere, they come out of nowhere, and then there's the moment where you're too ready and it still comes. You know? Just like when I'm trying to film a keynote speech at a convention, and then all of a sudden, some huge ass dude with an orange shirt appears right in the damn shot. How does this even. Man, I can't stand it. Anyway, before another production issue happens, let's go on and get started. Welcome to the J-Man Show here on
J360 Radio!
So, hey, how's it going, J360 Legion? What is happening? Hold on a second. Jeez. See what I told y'all about production problems? Oh, man. Not only is the show late today, but, yeah, yours truly has been busy doing some things. I kind of had a bit of other things to take care of at the day job, too. I had to take care of a convention assignment in addition to looking at some more clientele to work with. Yeah, I've been a very busy guy, but, it's good to be here, and as always, it's good to go ahead and make this stuff happen for all of you. So welcome to episode 388 for real. It's not 388, it's 338. I just wanted to throw that out there to y'all, but yeah, no matter how busy I am, though, I'm always committed. That's why I was like, we're moving on to Thursday, we're going to handle it this way, because the way things were going last night, oh my god. The first day of the convention is usually the busiest day. You know what I'm saying? Because the first day, you need to get the keynote. You need to get all of the stuff together. And I got to admit, for one of the business conventions I've done, that was like one of the best ones. I loved it. You know what I mean? I had a good time. Atmosphere was right. I didn't get to eat like anything, but, I was so busy. I was like, let me just go ahead, walk around, film certain things that are going on, make it look good. And it did. Everything looked great. But, what I said in the cold open, that actually happened. And that is the life of being a filmmaker in general. Or anybody that's working in media, Even when you're a journalist, chances are you're going to see people come up out of nowhere and, ask questions or, be intrusive in some form or another, because that's just nature of the beast. But the truth is that you focus on the shots that you do have and not necessarily the shots that you want to achieve. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, it's like, we all have a vision in our mind how this stuff should go, and it could be seamless. It could be like as awesome as, say, like some of the blockbuster movies that you watch. But you see, getting to that point is always a process. And then you have to try to aim for at least that 85 to 95%. You know what I'm saying? 100%, while is doable, at the same time, you just got to, make sure you know what's going on and stuff like that to get to that point. And people, for the life of them, have no damn idea how it can be to be a creator sometimes. And I'm not trying to say like people that are on TikTok doing those funny ass dances or in their mind what is actually provoking thoughts or any of this other stuff. I'm talking about like, say like you wanted to make something that was, that was art, that was something that was passion for you and stuff. Yeah, you should go for it. But no matter what, it will never be entirely your original idea. It'll be a representative of your original idea. Kind of like when you're taking the time to write the script and all that stuff. And it is a process, and you should enjoy your process. I will let you know that. But you see, some people just want to be quick and fast and, have this stuff automatically done, which is why they look over to artificial intelligence. And, it's amazing. We the people, we were talking about how technology grows and progresses. And then, after an hour of code, now everybody has all of the stuff ready, and you got artificial intelligence here, and now everybody's like, I'm losing my job, they took my job, all this other extra stuff. It's like, yeah, no kidding, But see, we the people, we're always up progressive growth too. Some of us got too comfortable and put ourselves on hooks. Like, we just hang ourselves and we don't go any further. Or like say like we feel as though that we made it and we don't need to go anymore. But you see, the truth is, whether you are, let's just say, whatever age you could be. I mean, there are 80-year-old dudes that still keep going. Well, I shouldn't say dudes. Matter of fact, let's retire that shit. There are 80-year-old people, right? Who get along a lot better. They keep moving. They do what they got to do. They know they're old and they know the Reaper is coming, but at the same time, they say they're going to make their moment count. You see what I'm saying? Those are people that live full lives. There are people that who are not mobile and they're living full lives, but whereas we, the able-bodied people, you know, I guess something really got to us where we just don't progress, you know? See, even with me myself, like when I did this convention and I did a lot of event filmmaking, it keeps me alive. It gives me something to do. It gives me like, more reasons to keep going. Such as like when I'm paying bills for J360 Productions and all that stuff, it's because I own it. You know what I mean? It's like it's something that's really good to your caliber and it looks good in your resume and your career wise. And you see like with artificial intelligence coming into play, I told you guys this in another episode. Don't let it be your crutch. Make it as a tool in your toolbox. Like something that you could use to really estimate things and all. I mean, like right there, it's just something that you use. You don't use it for like the construction of your whole damn film and all that stuff. I mean, if you're going to do that crap, I mean, don't feel left out if somebody else did it too. And don't feel like, oh, I'm all original, because you're not. You overuse something. You should go ahead and use your imagination. You should go ahead and use the time to actually write something. You should go ahead and use the time to actually be out there meeting people. But you see, some people say during the pandemic, a lot of us didn't want to meet each other and stuff. I want to say this, the pandemic actually added turbo to that shit. People started being antisocial a long time ago. You understand what I'm saying? Like, even now, like, some of us, we point out our flaws, we judge each other, we treat each other like crap, and then we don't really know each other like that, do we? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some of us that have no idea about, like, what we're trying to do, how we're trying to change the world and stuff like that. They have no idea about certain icons and whatever. Or they have no idea how to handle the algorithm when at the same time it all comes down to community outreach and building relationships. And building relationships take time. It isn't like a Disney movie where by the end of the movie they get together and everything's all happily ever after and all that jazz. It's not. But here's the thing. You get to know people, you accept people for who they are, you don't hit them below the belt and stuff like that when things are rough for them or things are rough for you or vice versa and stuff. You understand one another. If you really understood one another, you wouldn't be trying to change one another and all that jazz. Like influencers came and ruined that shit. I'm gonna feed the homeless. Hey man, eat this McDonald's here. I don't care if you have problems with them or anything like that, or the shit's not good for you and could clot up your cholesterol or whatever. See, nonsense like that. People want credit for things that they're supposed to do. Like if you're going to help take care of people, once again, taking care of people and broadcasting you taking care of people are two very different things. I just want y'all to know that. And what's really, really sad about things is people just don't seem to see the problem of their ways, and it's always somebody else's fault, which, again, is ridiculous. Like, if you don't want to go out with somebody, it's okay to say that you don't want to, but it's not okay to go out there and tell your friends or the people on TikTok that you think are your friends that, oh, could you believe this? Such and such thinks that they actually have a chance with me. Yeah, because you're really a prize with that hook nose and them crow's feet and all that other shit about you. You know how many women I had to break down with that nonsense because they try to talk bad about a brother? It's like this, one way or another. I'm going to give you a reality check, something quick. Trust me. If you know me, you know. But it goes like this. People have a problem with that stuff. People are not comfortable in their own skin. And see, with me, myself, still working on the pandemic weight and everything, getting it off and all. But I'm going to tell you this whole thing. All right? I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm comfortable about my career. I'm comfortable about the things I'm going to do. And if anything, I'm always going to keep elevating. keep going and doing better things. Whereas the other people out there that complain and still in that same situation and all that other jazz, they're over there doing that stuff and they are the ones that are uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that's comfortable with what you're doing. Like, I'll tell you, I don't have a damn problem with artificial intelligence. I really don't, because you know what? I've had people trying to steal my art for years. You know what I'm saying? They try to steal my art. They try to steal my skill set. They try to do all that kind of stuff. But the number one thing about that is you're not me. So that's the beautiful part about it. You know? But you're woefully insecure and you're trying to find easy ways to cut corners and so that you can get your millions and upon millions of views or whatever the hell it is. You know, that clout and cred though, right? Right. It's a damn shame. But let me just tell you this though, like, the love of it is the thrill of actually producing stuff. For those that really want it, and the idea that there are going to be people that see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I'm doing a show live, I might get a handful of people. Awesome. But I know in the post game, there's going to be a lot of people that will see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to have both audiences. It's good to restart from zero, but we're getting closer to what the company's original, message and mission and all was. That's why it's good to do those things. But nobody understands that. And it's really damn sad, too. Because I'm sitting there like the whole time, like, we could do a little bit better. We could fix this. Actually, we'll restart this whole thing. And I had somebody a long time ago, and this is when I started Jams. What are the analytics for Jams? Well, let me tell you what the analytics for Jams are. Fuck you. You woke me up at 6 o'clock in the morning after I was done making sure this stuff is all together. And you are over here texting me talking about analytics. I'm not talking about numbers. Piss off, will you? And keep in mind, this guy didn't work for me. See, when people work for you and work with you, it's a lot different. But when it's like, some bozo out here that, once again, thinks they have bearings on, like, what you do, you can check them. It's just really, really sad, man. You know? It's just like, even we're on the horns of Jammaversary coming soon, which, by the way, celebrates J360 Jams throughout the whole month of June during its conception and everything. Let me remind you all, too, whether there be a pandemic or not in 2020, I was still going to do Jams. Jams just happened to come at that time, and, it provided entertainment for people, and then it became a J360 show on its own. And it was a great undertaking, and it became an awesome franchise. And 4 years of running it, and you see, like, we're still on the horns of getting to 100 episodes with J360 Jams. So this is the best way to keep on celebrating it, and it's the fourth one. Can you believe all that? That is an achievement. And you see, the thing is, like, I've had production problems with that. I've had artists come out acting like they're bigger than what they are. I've had people thinking that, hey, I pretty much created Purple Rain and I'm better than everybody. And I had to slap them down a few bits, like say, this is not how you treat people. When you're in a community, you work in that community and you treat everybody right. Check your damn ego, Like, I had to check my ego a few times. And even during the second seasons of Jams, when I listened back to those episodes, I was, I had a bit of an ego stroke going, but at the same time, my heart remained the same because it's not just me, it's everybody else in the community working together. That's the beauty of it. But, some people, well, they get that little taste of popularity, boy. I mean, what do you think happens? You know what I mean? They forget who they are. They start becoming the alter ego, and when they become the alter ego and all that stuff, once the gas runs out of that, because people will gas you up, set you up, enable you, then all of a sudden they start crawling back to where I'm at. And keep in mind, I'm not down at zero or anything. I'm restarting from zero in this era. But at those times, like, the show was doing fine, subscribers were high and all that kind of stuff, and I was happy about it. But, I knew that no matter wherever I moved at, whether it be Mixler or whether it be like Radio King or any of these other outlets out here, I would have to restart from zero, Or say, like, I'm about to fire Twitch back up. And if Twitch is not good for growth, I mean, I can always go to Kick too. I signed up for Kick, I can go anywhere. But, just to name a few, that's what I mean. But you see, the number one production problem is usually like that. Your confidence, where is your confidence at? Your confidence should be for you. That is in good faith about you. There's going to be people that talk about you anyway. There's going to be people at my day job that will find out about more and more that I do for J360 Productions outside of the day job. And they'll probably say some things like, well, we noticed that you had this. Yeah, I had it for 20 years. Thank you. You know what I mean? It's still 18 now, but it'll be 19 soon enough. I started this whole thing when I was 19. But, yeah, thank you. And then if they try to give me that message of, well, we think it would be better if you focused more here. Once again, I would say what I do outside of work is nobody's business, especially yours. See, I don't have a problem telling authority to get checked too. It's like when you think about it, if things were so good and if I was really making a whole lot of money at the day job, would I be fighting tooth and nail for it? Hell yeah. And I'm not saying that I'm not thankful for my day job in addition to how far along I've been doing in J360 Productions. But I've noticed that there are people in certain positions of power that go above and beyond to try to make people feel either insecure or at the same time try to make them feel like they are not worth going for things on their own and stuff. You know what I mean? And it could be either because people are afraid of competition, or it can be because, they know something is wrong and the best people are about to leave. It could be a whole list of those factors. And the truth is, you want more out of life, right? And see, I want more out of life always, And I know, things are going to come into play regardless of who's around me or not. Such as certain ex-girlfriends and stuff, or people from my past, or people that I worked with in content creating who want to try to worm back into my life for some damn reason, and it's not gonna fucking happen. If things were so good in the beginning, why in the world are we at dire straits with each other, and why in the hell do I have to deal with that nonsense now for you to come back? You understand what I'm saying? I'm not dealing with that stuff. We're not putting the band back together. We're building a new one. It's simple as that. It's like the old band didn't work. You build a new one. And you keep going for things that you want to go for. But, some people are new to this. And it's really, really sad, too. Because I always say, God, how many conversations do I have with musicians on the daily? Too many. But the thing is, it's I look at them and I'm like, okay, so why are you worried about stuff? When was your last single made? And, they tell me stuff like, well, life got in the way. I understand that. I had to go look for another job. I understand that. But the truth is that go make something. Even if you're not going to put it out for a full sale and you just wanted to put it on jams for a little bit, that's entirely up to you. You know what I mean? The musicians make the final decision for their music and stuff. Just like I make final decisions for the shows and everything. I'm not going to go ahead and force and arm twist you to make music. I mean, that's up to you. And if you're sitting over here talking about AI is going to ruin music, well, in a way it kind of did, but at the same time, you're not making music much better because you're dumping down on yourself. And then you listen to people out here that are trying to bring back the old adage of synthwave is dead. Synthwave is not dead. It couldn't be more alive because people are still making music in it. Or I think there was a thing where Apple Music would not allow electronica tracks on their page, where at the same time electronica is not the problem. I mean, what is this shit, guys? You should be making whatever you like to make. You have a YouTube channel, put stuff on that YouTube channel regardless of whatever the hell Google says. And I know a lot of people are afraid of the AIs that are floating around, such as Gemini, because Google Assistant somehow became even more inaccurate and incompetent that it doubled itself to become a Gemini of all fucking things. It is so stupid. Kind of like Meta AI's whole thing, and now you got Windows 11 about to do the same thing. Of course, there are people that are running wild with that because they're saying, oh, it's spyware, it's going to learn from us. Yeah, okay. Go back to the early 2000s, right? Any and everything is spying on you. Okay? Even that smart TV that you just bought is watching you. Your phone watching you. Every damn thing is already been invaded on. It's just a matter of when to come in and get you. I mean, think about it, guys. Like, even as I'm doing this stuff here for web radio and everything, what do you think I do? I make this stuff and the public doesn't see it? I remember telling somebody in my own crew that a long time ago because I made a documentary and it was about unemployment, and the documentary actually got shown at a state institution for unemployment. And one of the people in it was like, I didn't think you would show it. I didn't think you would. I was like, this girl's a fucking moron. Which is why you ever wonder why I say believe women is a crock of shit? Because it's like, you know what? Because if you believe everybody, you are liable to get conned. If you believe everybody, you're liable to get played. And quite a lot of that stuff happens in journalism a lot. Because this modern journalism is not exactly for journalism. It's for like who could be the iconoclast and who gets the most credit and attention. That seems to be it for that. But going back into my story here, this girl was such a professional victim and she just could not take accountability for herself and then not understand that I am a professional filmmaker. Which means that if I have you in any of my projects, you sign a release form. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why J360 TV and J360 films take a bit of a while. Because, you know, you have to have all that pre-production stuff together. Some of y'all read Rebel with a Camera. No, Rebel Without a Crew. And you did not understand that Robert Rodriguez had all of his money and credit cards and everything organized before he went to make El Marachi. But okay. See, and if you didn't know that, you missed the whole damn point. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, you could be an expert about films, but you probably are not a damn good filmmaker, are you? You just know how films are made and stuff. It's just, here's the thing. You got to be an active participant in your career. And I am an active participant in my career. And my job at that moment was to tell the story about something that keeps plaguing us all the time that isn't racism. And I was talking about unemployment. And this woman over here is talking about her cousin got exposed where there was no mention of a cousin in the damn production. And you want to know how I know? Because I made the damn thing. You want to know how I know that she actually signed away her voice and likeness and stuff to be in that film? Because I made the damn thing and I had the contract right there. So anytime she would say anything, it would nullify any sort of complaint she got, because it even says at the bottom that as you sign, you are not to interrupt wherever the film is exhibited at. And that film is exhibited at the Department of Unemployment, so you can kiss my black fucking ass. You know what I mean? And I'm allowed to say that. For real, because I own the network and all this shit. And I remember like somebody trying to say, you cuss a lot. I was like, oh, fucking for real? I didn't know that. It's a shame, man. But there are people out there that will do what they can to try to sabotage you, set you up, lie on you. And people wonder why nobody wants to associate. So you got to ride through all that nonsense too. But let me just let you know, right? It's kind of like what I told you guys about the guy in the orange shirt and stuff like that. When I'm out there filming, I don't know what it is. This may happen to everybody, but I know it happens to me a lot. When I have my camera right there, nobody's around me. But as soon as I take the lens cap off, there's about 10 to 20 motherfuckers showing up at where I'm at. I'm like, what is this? You know what I mean? This would be good for like if I'm filming B-roll and extras and all that stuff. But you see, the problem is, like I told you all earlier, like you do have to sign likenesses for people unless you're in the public domain. And I was at a park and all that kind of stuff, but you see the thing about it is, I ain't trying to deal with people though. Not at this moment. Like if I'm filming like something for nature and all, I want that to be the focus. Of course, you know, bratty ass kids screaming and stuff like that, or dumbass people just doing stupid stuff to one another. And then, you know, that's, while that's interesting, that's not the mission at the point. But damn if I ain't got a camera phone either, you know? But yeah, people are something. And, like I say, that's why I say, like, when you hear people that have that much influence and they keep going on and on about first world problems or about problems that aren't problems until they make them problems and all that jazz, really take warning with those people, because sometimes, if not all times, they just want attention that they never got when they were younger, and they're doing whatever they can to take it out on everybody in their adult life. Especially like when you have your own voice and you know damn well this person is full of shit, and you're just telling them, hey, you know what? I don't agree with what the hell your problem is. And then they got the nerve to want to come after you about stuff. Which is why, like, in some cases, you ever wonder why certain men are not talking to women these days? Because even if they were to say something like somebody was very beautiful and the way that they looked, they would turn that into a sexual harassment suit, something awful. It is really fucked up out here. And it should never have to be this way. And then the thing about the word beautiful is, I mean, I don't know, maybe we have to retire it, because every single thirsting simp says that nonsense. And the truth is, they feel that that's a way to worm in there. And when a girl hears something, much like a man hears something multiple times, it loses its effect. Some of these people get called beautiful every day, or every hour of the day, and all that other stuff. So, it's you can say I hate it here, fam, but once again, people are not doing much to change these things, if you get my drift. And it really, really sucks, too. But that's a part of production problems right there. And actually, let me see who's in the chat room right now. Oh, shout outs to the people in the chat room. What's up, Mustafa? Hope you're doing good, my man. Yep. Hey, which, by the way, those of you that love listening to J360 Radio and like to tune in, there is going to be more interactivity coming into play. So you can be in the radio room and sitting here and talking with me and stuff. And you can also send me emails throughout. And of course, you can call on the hotline number, which is 240-309-1634. And please do, because they're trying to take that number from me. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, they're not. But I had to let y'all know about that, though, because I don't mind talking to y'all. And the whole point about it is, we as adults, we got to have difference of ideas anyway. That's the way we're going to make it. And then, there are times where you have to compete. And don't feel bad if you did not win a trophy or anything. I can see it now if somebody gives me a damn participation trophy. The first thing I'm going to do is, well, first I'm going to take a picture with it, because I need that for me. But the second thing I'm going to do is give it right back to those damn people, because you know what? I don't want it. I can see it now. It isn't the movie I made. It's because I'm a black man in media. I don't want that trophy. I want that, hey, he made record-making profits and kept all the benefits. Hey, he helped bring people to work. Hey, he built a pretty awesome production company and then some. And achieved financial freedom. That's the award I want, in addition to a full life. But you all should know that. Out here trying to be like you. I believe it, Moose. Shoot, I can't wait for soda, man. I can't wait for us to go back to that. But it's the facts, y'all. And I mean, like, just gotta have a good time doing this stuff. I mean, I could tell you stories about a lot of the times I failed building J360 Productions. And in addition to, like, really going to work for other people and stuff like that. And, I never stopped. I love doing this stuff. Like, even when I was at the convention and I knew, like, that God, he was a big fucking dude. But then again, you know what? I'm a big dude too, so game knows game. But the thing about it is, his Ben Grimm ass didn't have to walk in front of my camera. Jesus. You know what I mean? I was really, really pissed about that, because but it wasn't to the point where the keynote speaker got into his story, so hopefully that'll be all right for the client to look at. But damn, man. But that is part of the course. But let me just let y'all know, like, when I do those things, though, I fall back in love with filmmaking all the time. And I also realized that the box office for Furiosa and Garfield was pretty low. Let me ask y'all something. Is Memorial Day really a draw for people to go see movies? Is it really? Because I'm telling you this. Memorial Day weekend is usually for going outside. You know, like going to cookouts or going to respect fallen veterans or going to help veterans and have a cookout or like, go to the beach from time to time. Like really live out your freedom and celebrating, those that have gave up theirs for you to have yours. I mean, that's what Memorial Day is about. Not to mention it is one of our weekend type holidays, so you get to enjoy days leading in at different times. Like maybe it's the days leading in at different times. I don't know, but is it really that draw for it? Because I mean, sometimes I look at it kind of like how you would look at maybe different holidays because everybody usually are doing things together. Like some people are not going to the movies like that, but then you realize that you need certain movies to draw people in. And dare I say it, I love Garfield to death, but I just could not see myself going to go see him this time. You know, the Bill Murray movie was all right, but I'm sure this one's okay. Some things just deserve to stay animated. I guess. Nah, that's debatable. Never mind. Scratch that off. But it's just pretty interesting. And then Anna Taylor Joy. I mean, she's out there trying to be an action movie star. Like, what do we say about it? You know? By the way, I'm looking at what Moose wrote. Yep, it is long overdue. But we'll unite again, dude. Everybody's gonna ride again soon. It's gonna happen. Yeah, I'm just it's weird because it is a very low box office. I think what was it like in the 20 million or something. Then again, some of these things make so much damn money. It's just like 20 million is 20 million. But then again, I never had $1 million, so maybe that's why it's like, damn, that's a lot of money to me. you know. Oh, of course, like going back to the whole AI thing. Sony, I think the Sony CEO, because there's different divisions of Sony, but the Sony Pictures CEO said that they're going to use AI to cut costs. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I don't see it happening. And as soon as that first movie made entirely by AI bombs, that's when they're all going to be like, you know what? Maybe that dude in Delaware was right. That's a shame. They're just tools, ladies and gentlemen. And then there's AI. Well, hold on. You know what I mean. But these people, these CEOs, when they come out and they do this stuff, and then like Bob Iger and all the rest of them, Bob Iger thinks there needs to be more executives on film shoots. If you ever got tired of micromanagement and you complain about micromanagement, and now you got more fucking micromanagement, it's like, no. That's not the way to work. These are not filmmakers, mind you. These are salespeople that somehow either had connections or more to get back up to the top. And the thing is, a long time ago, they forgot exactly what to give their customers. And then not to mention the double downing and the shilling by certain journalists and all that stuff, the pathological lying and all this other crap. Like, yeah, there's a lot in that whole damn thing I can't even cover within one episode. But as I go about saying that to you all, it's a damn shame where we are as a people sometimes. You look at this stuff. That's why nobody really believes anything that Kotaku says. Because why would you? And there's no reason to really read IndieWire anymore unless you want to hear about sad life of actors that have made their money and all that jazz. And then there's all this other extra stuff because you know what? Celebrity sadness is all the rage in addition to LGBTQ romances and all that other stuff. Which, by the way, I'm not knocking LGBTQs because you know what? You're people too. And the thing is that, once again, your allies are not doing you any favors. You know what I'm saying? They out here trying to get that cred, so pay attention to that stuff. And Hollywood does not give a fuck about you. I mean, as soon as June hits and yeah, they fly the rainbow flag and all that stuff around, they are just using you to go ahead and sell products and to get all those record-making profits up. Because we got to keep looking good, baby! Yeah. But all in all, I just want to say, this is not at any slight to you, but it's that narrative out there that even some of y'all are pretty much tired of. It's a damn shame. But yeah, I gotta let y'all know about those things from time to time. And speaking of which, are they still arguing about video games over there? I'm sorry, I didn't check in on Gamergate 2 and all that jazz, because Well, for the life of me, as I was going back and working on my own video game series, I just sat down and started playing video games again and fell back in love with that too. So, yeah, throughout R&D month, I was busy working on that, and I was trying to simplify my setups and stuff. So I do have something new coming in that's actually going to make it a lot easier for me to perform and make that show. So, you just have to stay tuned to see what that's all about. I do know, man, I fell back in love with my PS2. That is the greatest console of all time. Not trying to say that the Sega Genesis isn't a close second. That is a good one. And then, Dreamcast floats in there too. But, like, that's got to be my system of choice because all the games on the PS1 and then all the games on PS2, and it's just like, yeah, instant classics. Hell, I mean, that's why I didn't even get a PlayStation Classic. Remember when they were doing those classic mini consoles and stuff? Because, it sells, baby. Remember the old days. They'll never die. Well, you try to keep them alive at the cost of your own wallet, so. But yeah, sitting back playing that stuff. I managed to get me a nice red PlayStation OEM controller. And I'm like, yeah, son, I remember this. Gonna party like it's 2000. Look, I know Prince made 1999. But you see, the PlayStation 2 came out in 2000, so, work with me, damn it. But yeah, the good old days. And then, I was spending time playing the PS3, of course, which, by the way, we are going to be finishing Killzone once I get back on that show. And I'll tell you this, what a beautiful console. Had a rocky start, but it was a beautiful console. And then PlayStation 4, I wish it could have been a lot better with... PlayStation 4 was fine. It was really good. Like, to be perfectly honest with you, I miss the old PlayStation 4 days. I really do. Of course, then again, they're not necessarily old because it's still getting games for it and stuff too. Because the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4 have similar architecture to each other. It's just that I wish that they would have been backwards compatible with PS3 games. But then again, that would interrupt PlayStation Now, wouldn't it? So, yeah. But then PlayStation 3 games were something special. So, don't knock it entirely. And of course, some of you Xbox fans out there are probably like, is he going to mention Xbox? Is he going to talk about Xbox 360 or Xbox One or Xbox Series X? After what the hell y'all did to gaming recently, you don't need any press. You sit there and shush. Because, State of Play was today, and you got plenty of time for when I come back and do the J-Man show again. Nah, let me go ahead and get that out of the way. I like the Xbox 360 out of the whole Xbox family of consoles. That would be my number one. And then my number two would probably be Xbox One. And then number three would be Xbox Series X. But either way, like Series X was just Xbox One fixed. I mean, if you think about it, it's just the same hardware and all that stuff. And, it's fun. I'm not mad at it. And it is backwards compatible with a lot of the old games. But, yeah, as far as the original Xbox, it's coming in at a fourth. And that's because, like, really, I didn't spend a lot of time with it. Like, when I really got into my whole Xbox gaming, it was really to face off against Alan years ago. And then, not to mention, I already took care of that business. And I loved Xbox 360, and I stuck with it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of the same way with the PlayStation, because I never had a PS1. I played it. I always was in a Walmart somewhere playing the damn thing back in the day. And that's when Walmart used to be awesome. It's coming along, though. Walmart Plus isn't bad, but, But, yeah, I used to always be sitting in there playing the demos all the time. But then, I went for all the other consoles, and there's a reason for that. And I'll explain it on the Power Play. But when that PS2 came out, and I found out I could play the old stuff in addition to the new stuff, I was sold. And then not to mention, it was beautiful. It was black and it stood up on its vertical and it was just like, yes, I play DVDs too, bitch. And it's like, I'm there. Think about it. Think back to it. A lot of you guys that are in my age group, you know this. You know this, right? Isn't that why, like, anytime we see the PlayStation brand in trouble, we're usually like, oh, no. Think about it, y'all. Shoot, that's where we are on this whole thing. And like even now with PlayStation 5, State of Play was kind of lame this year. I'll be honest with you. The only thing that was interesting was Astrobot. And I think it's because of a lot of this stuff going on with AAA gaming right now. Stellar Blade was good, but you got to be into games like that. You really do. Like with me myself, when's the next Resident Evil coming? Is there another one coming soon? Like I know like Code Veronica is getting remade. It's about damn time for that. Jeez. Now where does it fit in the story? And I think Resident Evil Zero is getting a remake too. So yeah, okay. Like that's one franchise, but we need the other franchises to come along too. That's what we need right now. See what I'm saying? And it seemed like Astrobot was the only thing they were talking about. And are they supporting the PlayStation virtual reality too? Or is it just like the PlayStation Move, a good gimmick and it ain't coming nowhere? I mean, think about it. Like I was thinking about getting one of those, but I don't know, $550 for something like I just for gimmicks, it just doesn't work for me. And then like it doesn't get any real support. Kind of like how the PSP did get some support. PlayStation Vita didn't, and I still have my PSP to this day. Anytime I'm out there like at random spots and stuff, you best believe that PSP will be there, and I'll be sitting there playing Final Fantasy IV and ignoring everybody. Well, to a point. I'm trying to get paid too. All right, so, but I had to let you guys really understand where I'm coming from with that. Like, and I've noticed a lot of anti-gaming rhetoric too. I've noticed a lot of that. Everybody's trying to go for people on this or trying to one-up people about things that they enjoy. Same thing about anime. I've been collecting a lot of the old school anime that I wanted to get into and some of the stuff that I never had a chance to because we don't have Fuji TV over here back in the day. The only closest thing we had to that was Toonami. And I heard Toonami's supposed to be coming back, but I don't have time to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do have time to collect DVDs and watch them. So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because I got Fist of the North Star. I got all Dragon Ball Z, and then I also have Dragon Ball Z without fillers, and then I also have original Dragon Ball, and then I have I got GT. Okay, look, GT was all right. Okay, compared to some of the stuff in Super, GT was okay. You could at least give it that. And then did I mention Speed Racer and Space Adventure Cobra? I got those, and I finally, during the 35th anniversary, I officially have all of G Gundam. I'm doing good. Oh wait, I got Outlaw Star too. One of these days I'm gonna have to dig through this and see how many anime series I do have. Shit. Because I got quite a bit here. Oh, got Yu Yu Hakusho as well. Yeah, so I'm going to be busy. Need to get Cowboy Bebop, though. Yes. But you see, as I do say these things, and I'm being perfectly honest with you, it's a good flex. There's somebody out there that's probably got their nose turned up, be like, oh, he ain't grown man and he watches anime. No shit. I've been watching anime for a long time. Go ahead and give your best judgment, because see, the thing about it is, I make the money for it, baby. So I fucking know what I got. And the truth is, I'm going to be watching anime for a long time. Matter of fact, when I told you about those 80-year-old people that are living their best life until the Reaper comes, that's going to be my black ass sitting there watching Ronin Warriors. And then I'm looking over at the Reaper. He's like, dude, like, hey, can I watch that too? And I'm like, yeah, after this episode, I'll go with you. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But all in all, though, I do have to say this, though, in terms of Jammaversary, the J360 Jams TV is coming back. Matter of fact, next week, I am collecting music videos right now, by the way. So I need a total of 10, and I'm going to need them by Wednesday of next week so that we can go ahead and get them on the show for Friday, because the first Jammaversary special will indeed be a Jams TV episode, and we're going to have ourselves some fun. And if you don't have a music video, email me at j360jams@gmail.com, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some of y'all want to be on it. And here's my whole thing. This is for all musicians to know about. So I'm not holding back. I'm not covering anything. I want you guys to be a part of Jam's history. And I want you all to celebrate and enjoy this, because we got from June 1st all the way to June 30th to just go ahead and rock it all out. If you got like stuff coming out soon and or going on tour or whatever, how about this? Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Call the hotline number so I can go ahead and patch you through, and then you can tell the world about it. There's a lot of ways we can work this out. It's about community, all right? And it's about the music, and it's about having a damn good time. So I just want you all to keep that in the back of your mind and make this work out. And as a matter of fact, Jams 92 is officially Jammaversary Eve, so we are going to have a great time tomorrow. I got to go ahead and get off this thing, so y'all take care of yourselves until then, and I will see you tomorrow on J360 Jams. This is J-Man signing off. Peace.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off my rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill.